Mr. Monkey. Almost forgetting.
Can they see me? Can they see me eating my sandwich?
Yes, they can see you, Rachel. Where is everybody? This makes it so sad.
I know.
Where the heck is Broken? And others.
I told him.
It's 3:08. People are not here. SB Steph is back. Oh, Mr. Monkey, stop streaming for this. Oh, I appreciate that. I started then stopped.
Oh, thank you. Oh my god.
I appreciate that.
Hi, Steph. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just gonna eat my sandwich.
She's been very upset because they forgot her straw.
I order a cold drink. Give me a damn straw.
Oh, and then I have another announcement that I literally just told Rachel about. But her emote was made, so we need 2 more sub points, and I'll probably get you that out by tonight.
Wait, why? What other things are you gonna put in?
What do you mean? It's 2 sub points. It could be literally 1 person, I think, subbed, and it counts. Sub points are weird. They didn't give you a straw, I'll kill them.
Please kill them. Legit, like, and they put a plastic, like, cover over it, and when I lifted the plastic cover, it spilled onto my pants.
Why didn't you make a hole in it? Why don't you press it through? You took the whole top off.
Because then it's gonna because it's literally full up to the top. If I make a hole, it's gonna spill too. So it's like they have one job. Give me a damn straw.
Yeah, she had that sippy cup lid.
Fucking bullshit.
I am summoning Broken, but I don't see him. Look at her. Look, she got all fancy. She looks all nice. And I'm here.
Are you saying I don't look nice on a norm?
No, you do. But I'm here looking especially atrocious after a workout. Literally.
Disco.
I'm gonna shower after this. Okay, but yeah. Welcome to episode 2 of 20's in our 20's. 20's in the 20's. I don't even know her name. Is that Celsius? Oh my goodness, yeah. How did she know? Literally, what the heck? I drank that. It's good. I tried it yesterday for the first time. I like it.
Is it an energy drink?
It's like, no, it's like healthy energy in a way. Accelerates metabolism, burns body fat. I don't know. Oh, it is, yeah, it's, I guess, metabolism. Rachel's a bunch of blocks. I don't know what it is. We talked for an hour before we got live. Her quality was so perfect. And then she hopped on, like, right before. It, like, started being weird. Broken, looks like I'm not too late. No, you're only 10 minutes late, but it's whatever. Yeah, no, we haven't started talking about the topics yet. It's lighting. Lighting.
This is so stupid, though.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But she was, like, perfect quality beforehand. I don't know.
It's like I have to turn off my cam and then turn it back on, so just let me know when it's not good.
The better her lighting, the more clear she'll get.
Well, I can try to, like... Hold on.
I think it's raining.
Technical difficulties. Let's pause.
Yeah.
You can still hear me, though, guys. Don't worry, I'm still here. I'm not leaving you guys.
The better
Hear
the
my
internet...
fabulous burp.
The better the internet connection, the better the picture.
Well, yeah, obviously, Steph. No, I even, like... I reset my internet and everything.
Yeah. Twice.
It's just that... Yeah, I did twice. And it's just that I don't know. The universe doesn't love me.
But yeah,
Nothing
episode
like a good
2.
caramel macchiato.
Agreed. Episode 2, we will be talking about our childhood through elementary, middle school, high school, and like us together in high school, college, and like our goals if we went and stuff like that. And then a bit about our parents, and yeah. Zombies Easter egg while watching, that's fine. You can listen. It's all good. You just basically need to listen. You don't need to really see us. But while I guess Rachel figures out her picture, I guess I'll just go with my elementary. So
No, this is worse. And it's like, I'm gonna scream, guys. Hold on. Take 2.
do you want me to just talk about my elementary? While we wait for her? Or should we wait for her? I think she just muted herself. This woman. But basically, I obviously was born here. I actually went to a Catholic school, which was like 5 minutes down the road. I went to a very small Catholic school across the street from a church.
Well, oh my lord, they just followed you, dude. You are a stalker, man. It's so cool.
Thank you for the follow, Relo. And every Wednesday, we would be forced to go to church. Like, during school, we would be forced to go to church every Wednesday. And I legit hated it. We had to wear uniforms. Tuesday, Thursdays were gym days. We had a uniform for gym. And, like, literally everyone wore the same exact outfits. During elementary school, I was legit bullied. I had one friend, and she still bullied me. And I joined through kindergarten through 5th grade. And at one point, 5th grade had 5 people in 5th grade. 5 students in one grade. It's crazy. My grade was also like 16 people in the whole entire grade. That's legit one classroom sometimes.
I just got back in Relo. Thank you for the follow.
It like legit, I hated it. My parents like are religious or were really, and they like made me go, I guess. I don't know. And it was legit awful. I had no friends. I was bullied. I have legit a scar right here from a time where a guy pinched me for no reason. And I still have it. And it's, I don't know what it was. I really don't know. It's like the most messed up things happened in that school. I just legit was awful. Elementary school, I hated it. Some teachers even hated me. Like, there was a teacher, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was a lie or not, but one of the kids told me that, hey, I heard this teacher say that you scare children away. And I was like, thanks. You can interact too. You can ask us questions, anything you want to know, anything we leave out too.
Yeah, definitely.
Stuff. Yeah. But yeah, my elementary school was awful. And that school shut down. So I was legit, I didn't go to 5th grade. No, I did.
Yeah, you did.
And then when I was like in 5th grade, it shut. 6th grade? Well, no, I was going into 6th grade.
The school
It shut down.
Officially shut down. Like, no more classes at the end of your 5th grade.
Yeah, it like the school just, we had no funds, nothing. The school was like, yeah,
no funding.
Legit, send these kids somewhere else because yeah, you're screwed. We're just ending the school. Thank God, it was awful.
My school was forced to absorb them.
Yeah, because they were like nearby, so I went to her school. But like, what was your elementary school? Because your elementary school was a separate building from middle and high school.
Well, from pre-K to 5th grade, I was in a different school probably every other year. Kindergarten, I was in one school, Springs. First grade, I was moved to Riverhead. Then I moved back to Springs in
Damn.
second grade. No. Second grade, I went to Costa Rica. Did second grade here. I had originally skipped a grade, and then they didn't accept the like credits in the States, so I went back to my original like grade, and then a lot of shit happened with that. I got super depressed as an 8-year-old. I got super depressed. I was put into therapy, and my mom was like, "Hey, we need to switch schools again in the middle of the school year."
Yeah, you were young to be like
And
that.
I was like, what the hell? So then mid third grade, I got put into Sac Harbor Elementary School, which is it's right across the street from our high school. And then yeah, I did third, fourth, fifth grade there. I had no friends when I got there, just one who shall not be named because it's Barbara's ex-friend. She was my only friend at the time, and I was bullied a lot because my mom decided that, hey, new school, new haircut, let's cut her hair like Dora the Explorer.
Oh, hey, at least we didn't do that in high school like somebody we know.
Yeah.
Legit
And then
like Dora.
and yeah, that was it. And then I remember at the end of fifth grade, we were all so nervous to go to Pearson.
Middle school.
And we had just heard that Stella Maris was shut down, and everyone who was in Sac Harbor hated Stella Maris because we thought that they were all stuck up,
a lot
rich, religious assholes.
Oh my! I was forced to go to that school, and then my fault.
And I remember hearing like, "Oh, we're absorbing Stella Maris," and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, in Stella Maris, I was legit. My parents worked, so I had to go into homework club till like 4:00 because school ended at 2, and then from then I did after school care till 6 p.m. until my parents got me. So I did my homework and then stayed with a bunch of little kids for hours at that school. And then my parents would like, if we didn't do that, because I don't think it was an everyday thing, they would pick me up. I would change from my uniform into like normal like attire, normal clothes in the backseat of the car while my dad drove me to their job, and I would just spend the whole day sitting at my parents' job just waiting for them to finish work. That's what I did mainly after school for elementary.
Actually, elementary, we had like homework club, but it was called Yard. It stood for something. Don't ask me what it stood for because I don't remember.
Yeah.
My mom has a nickname for me. She calls me Fiona. And I hated when she would call me that because, you think of Fiona from Shrek, you think of the ogre. You don't think of the princess.
I think of the princess.
So I remember the first time I was in Yard. They let me go out first because you had to finish your homework first and then you could go out and like play.
Yeah.
And I remember I was always the first one out because I was always super advanced. So I finished my homework super early. And I would just go out there and sit there by myself. And I remember it was like 5 o'clock. And my mom picked me up and she just screamed from across the field, "Fiona!" And I was like, God. And I pretended I didn't hear her. I pretended I had no idea who that bitch was. And then I remember the teacher was like, "Rachel, your mother's here." And I'm like, "No, she's not."
No, she's not. Yeah, I spent like every day after school at my parents' job.
Yeah, same.
Like just sitting there. It was like elementary really didn't like have much fun to it. Really, like we didn't do much. We were just kids. But middle school, I obviously went to her middle school. We had orientation. We both joined the same middle school at the same time because obviously separate buildings into one building.
Yep.
And I'm the new girl, but all the people from elementary at Sag Harbor already knew each other because they went all to Pearson. So technically, only I was the new person. I did meet a few people being young because we all had like communion together. So I didn't know that I knew a few people, and it was kind of cool. But the town is so small, so like it's so understandable. Everyone knows everything about everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you heard our story about us meeting, but middle school was depressing. I went through like being really upset. I guess dated a few guys. That's when I started like dating. 7th grade was my most depressing year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't what do you want to add? Because there's so much we could like add to this about middle school. Just middle.
Okay. Middle school. Excuse me. Middle school for us is 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
That's 3 years.
6th grade is kind of awkward.
Yeah.
6th grade is kind of awkward because you're you come from, elementary school where 5th grade you're the top of the food chain. My fucking hold on. Pause.
She just said pause. Streams on pause.
You come from being the top of the food chain in 5th grade because you have kindergarten buddies in 5th grade. You know, everyone's like, oh my god, 5th grader. And then you go from that to being at the complete bottom of the food chain and being a 6th grader because middle school and high school, they were all in one building.
Yeah.
So, you were legit like
everyone looked
nothing.
Huge. Everyone looked so big to me in 6th grade, and then when you get up to that level, everyone looks the same. Everyone's like so like normal.
Nah, when I was a junior, I would look at 6th graders and I was like, you know what, get the fuck out of my way. get out.
They did kind of get smaller. We were not that small in 6th grade. We were like chunky, chubby kids. These kids are like toothpicks now. It's weird. But yeah, I dated some questionable people.
Oh, I wasn't done.
Okay, continue.
Just chewing.
I didn't know I used to.
So 6th grade is that, and then 7th grade you gain a little bit more confidence, but it's weird. It's like, since it's the middle of middle school, you're not at the bottom of the food chain, but you're not at the top.
Yeah.
So you're kind of awkward. It's where people start experimenting. Barbara experimented a lot.
You say
Barbara
that
went crazy.
No, you
Barbara and I were barely friends. 7th grade because we fought a lot. Like a lot.
But you're saying you need to no drugs were involved. Like you can't say experimenting.
I don't know that. So she experimented a lot with, I don't want to say with like several boys, but she was put on a slut list.
Number 3.
She was number 3 out of 10.
Yeah, I think. It was stupid because it was our girl group and then this guy group that we would like, we hung out together. Like they all dated each other. So it was like stupid. It's
I'm like a child.
Stuff. And the fact that we had to have a meeting. Yeah, you are a child. And they said whoever, if you mention this list, you will get like suspended.
You get ISS in school suspension.
I didn't care. I made a joke of it, but the people that were like, we're not sluts at all, they legit made it into a huge thing. That are like.
Well, it kind of was a huge thing because it went around our school so much, like
it
legit.
It was, but I don't. It didn't
Example,
affect.
it was made on a Monday. Wednesday, everybody knew about it.
But it wasn't too like
Teachers,
it was
everybody.
A list with names on it. It didn't affect anybody like too much personally. Nobody was being made fun of. Everyone just knew about it, you know?
Yes, you were. If you were on that list, you were considered a slut. It wasn't just people in middle school. It was a slut list of the whole school.
But it
so
was
the fact that you were number 3 is a problem.
But it was but the thing is, we knew all the girls there. We knew they were not. Carmen. You tell me Sweet Angel Carmen, who goes to church every day, was like number 5? That's how you knew that this list was stupid.
It was so stupid.
And we knew exactly
I was not on the list.
We knew like the 3 people who wrote it specifically, and then we were like, of course you wrote it. Like, why wouldn't you?
I almost beat them up. Barbara didn't let me.
I don't know.
I dead ass was gonna beat their ass.
I guess 3 of us, the top 3s, who we just really didn't care as much. I know who the other 2 were. I'm not sure if you remember.
Yeah,
but one of them was true.
Was Sarah and Sophia. Sarah and Sophia.
Yeah. But
I think Sarah was number 1 and Sophia was number 2.
Yeah. It's only because if you dated more than one person, you're automatically a slut for just dating them and maybe kissing them. In middle school stuff, like, it didn't affect me as, like, other things.
Yeah.
That was, like, the most dramatic kind of thing that really happened. I know we have a whole mental health thing, but, like, so I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
But 7th grade was the tippy top of that for me.
For me, every year. I had a peak in every year. So. I think that was what mostly happened in 7th grade. Barbara has interesting tastes in men. I think Sylvester is the only person I've ever approved of. And yes, it's a seal of approval. You get like it's a stamp.
It's crazy
that has
though,
a
like
check,
every
and
day
it says Rachel approves.
Every day after school, I would, like, town was like a big thing for everyone after school. If you walk to town, it's like the coolest thing ever. And like every day after school, if my dad came to pick me up, because he normally would pick me up, I'd be like, can I have some money? Because I'm going to go to town with my ex-friend, and this dude. And we would stay at a park till like 7 p.m. every single day. I don't know why, we just hung out.
Yeah, like I said, Barbara and I, we fought a lot 7th grade. So I didn't really, because I didn't like the people she would hang out with. I was alone 7th grade.
You know why? So. I think 7th grade was the peak attention because, like I said, I was bullied and then still a new girl, and then 7th grade, I got all this like random attention for like the first time ever from like everyone. I guess I just liked it for some reason.
Of course you did.
I mean, who command attention? Who doesn't? But like, it wasn't necessarily good attention, but I guess middle school me didn't really care. 8th grade.
Nothing really happened in 8th grade. We made up. We got closer. Because you finally broke up with that douchebag. Well, the douchebag broke up with you. Either way, I was happy.
Yeah, and then I broke up with him. No, I broke up with him first, and then he broke up with me.
Yeah, either way, I was happy. Finally had my best friend back.
Yeah.
8th grade was nice. 8th grade, you're considered top of the food chain in middle school, so.
And then you're back to
you can kind of like. Yeah, you can kind of do like whatever you want. Like classes don't even give like nobody gave a shit because things that you do in 8th grade didn't really count.
Yeah, no, not really.
And then we had moving up ceremony.
It's weird.
And then we go into high school. So there we go. Let's go with your high school.
And then, so I'm I'm not stupid, but I didn't really like. I don't like
not
school,
stupid.
so I didn't.
Not stupid.
Because there was the extra help people, you know. There's like that
Yeah.
part. I was just average,
Yeah.
and I didn't like school as much to try to be in like the IB classes and like all that. I just took the easy way through high school because I really just didn't like high school. So Rachel and I kind of split up classes. Really, we had like some. I don't remember what years, but there was chorus
The basic classes.
every year.
We had the basic classes.
Chorus every single year. We just had to.
Even though I had to go to lunch chorus one time.
Yeah.
I think it was that I think that was 9th grade.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
horrible.
That was.
Guys, for those of you who don't know me, you're looking at me right now. I'm a very thick girl. I like food. So the fact that I had to give up my lunch
I was like, where are you
to
going
go
with this?
sing is a big deal.
But then
Just
we
from that.
like the chorus room was where we ate lunch, though.
Yeah.
That became our.
But that was later on. But
yeah,
okay,
well, because we kind of weren't allowed until later on. But so we kind of got split off, and then we were obviously in like a little group with a bunch of people. I got some of that group. She got the other half of that group. So we still had like other people to talk to, but she had like all the smart IB classes. So she became a little bit closer with like a different girl, and I became a little bit closer with a different girl, and then we kind of split off a bit doing stuff with them because of how many classes we had with them, but we never hung out with them after that. But we like
I did.
We fought a little bit, and then
I would never. Food is everything. Yes.
because like through middle school and high school, like every single day I'd take your bus to the house with you, and then I have my dad pick me up, or like have you come over, like my dad picks us both up every single day. Like we'd go to each other's houses, but like during school, like what can we do? We didn't have classes with each other. We just could see each other when we could.
Yeah.
There was that. And then, like, I don't know if you want to add anything before I get into junior year of me starting to date somebody else.
Do we have to talk about that, Vic? But okay.
'Cause
No, I'll add.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Barbara says, Barbara was never in the quote unquote stupid classes. Barbara, just like she said, she kind of described it perfectly. She took the easy way out in high school.
Yeah.
If I did that, my mom would beat me with a wooden spoon. So I wasn't really allowed. And plus, I like school. I don't like the people in school, but I like learning. I like learning new things. I'm currently learning German.
I only like science classes, but I just felt like it was stupid.
So it's like as soon as, like during 8th grade, it's like the last 3 months, the guidance counselor comes into one of your classes and is like, hey, what do you want to do in high school? And they give you like a list of classes. And of course, the overachiever had to go for all the hard classes.
Yeah.
So that's why I did not get to see Barbara basically at all during 9th grade during school, because I was in pre-IB math, I was in IB bio. We got that trigonometry with IB math. It's like it was rough. It was rough.
Yeah, you took chemistry the year before I did.
I took because the year you took chemistry, I was in what? I didn't take physics. I took IB bio, I think.
Yeah. But rap.
Wait, no, it wasn't junior year. It was 10th grade that you started dating that asshole.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, 10th grade, because you dated him while you were in geometry, and I was in trig.
Mhm. Shit. I lost my train of thought. I really had something. Okay, so I do like learning when I have classes that I like and I'm not distracted. So I took marine bio because I actually do like marine bio, but the fact that I had somebody next to me who would distract me made me kind of not learn. Because when I took creative writing alone, I was the only one in that whole class who wrote a play, who got the play picked out from these people called Yop.
And I remember that. I was so proud. I was such a proud mama.
And it got produced at one of the colleges, and I was there every day. That's like the same. That's early, like senior year, where I just started dating Sylvester, to the point where he actually came to like one of the like rehearsals and watched it, because we got the class trip, got to go to see it, and I was so proud. Yeah. There's actually a video on YouTube, I can find the link, of my play, and I had people act out my play, which was like the coolest thing ever. I still have the script. And it was about people trying to decide what college to get into, and like, I don't want to get into it, but I have a YouTube link if you're really interested. But see, like, I wanted it. I wanted creative writing, and I wanted that to happen, so I did it, because nobody I knew was in that class except my ex, and I didn't give a shit about him. So I sat there and did my work. Same with film studies. I expected more, and we did nothing in that class.
That was another study hall, my dude.
That's
Mr. Schulman.
I know.
Oof,
this is
Mr.
why I didn't
Schulman.
care about high school, because if you're interested in something, it might go to shit and you might not get what you want. And I was like,
hold on. Let me explain a little bit about Mr. Schulman. Mr. Schulman is a teacher who is...
He's great, though.
70-something. He refuses to retire.
He got hit by a bus.
He got hit by a bus. He got hit by a deer. He got in a car accident because he hit a deer. The man is a walking accident. But he is so brilliant. But he's lazy.
Did it hurt?
He is so brilliant. Like, if you ever got a chance, and I don't think Barbara ever did, but like to actually sit down with him, he knows so much shit. He just doesn't apply it.
Yeah, no, I did. Dude, literally, yeah, it was good. I think he was also part of the creative writing. I'm not quite sure, but he wasn't the only one there.
Creative writing was Miss Bianchi.
Oh, no, she wasn't the one
Bianca,
for this one. She wasn't the one for...
Was it Miss Farrell?
I don't know.
I think you either had Miss Bianca or Miss Farrell.
Miss Bianchi, though. But...
Whatever. I don't fucking remember her name. I had her in 9th grade. I took creative writing in 9th grade.
Yeah, like, chemistry was so hard, but the teacher was funny. Like, Schumacher.
He was a dick.
The fact that he knew me and would make fun of me only because the year before you had him, and he would make fun of you, and he learned about me through you. It's like,
no. The thing is,
it was like,
the thing with Dr. Shu is that
for me.
I had Dr. Shu in 9th grade, and he, at first, he didn't really socialize with me because I was so quiet. I didn't really know anyone in my class. I was in the class with like a bunch of popular kids, so I'm not gonna talk to them.
One of the teachers that like cared about our personal lives and knew a lot about both of us.
And I remember, that year, Barbara's dad, I think he died that year.
Yeah, he did. And he sent me a message, and I didn't even like know him, really.
I will tell you why. He started to get close to me because I was the only quiet one. And I would tell him about my life, and I would tell him, like, yo, I'm hella depressed. And he's like, well, don't be depressed. And I'm like, wow, you cured my depression. Good job.
Yeah. It was a lot of sarcasm.
And I remember walking in that day, it was the day after Barbara's dad had died. And I was so completely out of it. I felt like I wanted to die myself.
Yeah, because I was gone for 2 weeks after that.
Seeing your best friend cry in your arms is the worst feeling. I'm gonna cry. So I remember he was one of my like morning classes. My mom, the class before that, had texted me. She's like, do you want me to take you out and bring you to Barbara's? And I was like, no, I can't afford to miss any more school.
Yeah.
And I remember I walked in, I fucking like slammed my backpack onto the desk, and he was like, whoa, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I'm not for this today. And he's like, he was the type of teacher that would curse at his students.
Yeah.
So he was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yep.
You can't speak to me like this. And I'm like, Dr. Shu, I don't give a fuck. That's the thing.
Yep.
Right now, I'm not in for this.
An
so
actual conversation
the entire
between
class. He stopped the entire class, pulled me aside, took me into Mr. Barron's room, who was my IB bio teacher, because all the science rooms were like connected. And he was like, what's going on? So I told him, and he was like, wow. And I remember I would bring Barbara to his class sometimes, Barbara not knowing a single clue who he is, but I would just bring him to like academic or something like that to like do something. So he had an idea of who she was.
Academic is the last class. It's our 10th period where you usually do homework.
Where you do homework.
Yeah, but nobody really did.
It's like
so
if you have a question, let's say in a class, but it requires like for you to have one-on-one with your teacher, you can go to their academic.
Yeah.
So I would go to his, and I would bring Barbara sometimes because I was assigned to his academic, but I never went. But in order for me to go to someone else's academic, he had to sign.
Yeah.
So I remember he would tell me like, "Yo, if you need to leave, like it's okay."
We were usually in the chorus one.
Call her or something like that. And that's where he kind of had like not a relationship, but he met Barbara through that. And then next year, because you could either have Dr. Schumacher or you could have his brother, Mr. Schumacher.
Twin brothers.
They're
also
brothers.
in a band. They're in a band with our history teacher. It's weird.
Your
shit.
history teacher.
My
not mine. I had Mr.
rough.
AB.
Man, that was rough.
And yeah, that's where they had like their little relationship, and that's when he finally got the courage to make fun of Barbara.
Yeah, I had chemistry with him, and then I had marine bio with him. After he made fun of marine bio, then he got to teach it. But yeah, I remember when he saw.
Hi, Lotus. Sorry.
When I started dating this dude, like 10th, 11th grade, he saw how like depressed I was, and like. There was just a bunch of things going on, but senior year, when I had him for marine bio, he was like, because he follows us on Instagram and he comments and likes our pictures sometimes, and
I have him on Facebook. We chat sometimes, and
like senior year, I like started dating Sylvester, and I would like walk in and he'd be like, "You look so happy, like you're glowing, like." I'm like, this dude's like good for you, right? And then like we would like low-key talk about Sylvester, and like because he knew both of us were like sad, like depressed sometimes, so when we were happy, he would like notice it.
Yeah,
it was weird, even though
and it's like it was weird because I had him in 9th grade, and that was the only time I had him as a teacher, and to this day I still talk to him. He still curses me out in an email. Like we still have like, I can't wait to go back to the States next year, and when all this Corona shit is gone, go back to the school and see all my teachers. I can't wait to see Miss Schaefer if she still works there. But so Miss Schaefer is my French teacher. Well, was my French teacher. She named her child after me, no matter what Barbara says.
Yeah, say the name.
It was a boy. Yeah, are you gonna name a boy Rachel?
What's his name?
Rachel Rigel. Rachel Rigel. Rachel Rigel. Rachel. It's the same thing. She even says that she does, because she had like other name options, and I was like, you should definitely choose Rigel because it sounds like Rachel. And she was like, okay. I was so close to this teacher.
I would sit in her French class. I remember I had study hall, and I would walk into your French class, and I'd sit there quietly while French class was going on.
I was so close to her that I would be like, hey, Barbara has study hall. She has nothing to do. Can she come sit with me? You know, I'm not going to get distracted or anything. Yeah, sure, whatever.
People let us do things that were not supposed to happen because of how close we were. And it was only us. They were like, oh, yeah, if we know this girl, we have to know the other girl because they're like this.
Yeah. Except for your history teacher. I didn't really know him that well. But that's because you didn't really give a shit about him.
He's... no.
He's... Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so close to this teacher that, well, first, I knew that she was pregnant before she even announced it. When her baby was born, my whole world turned upside down because we had a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
And, hold on.
They learned, like, nothing.
We learned shit. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna get into that. That teacher can go burn in hell. But anyway.
But my
when
ex
her baby was
still
born,
in that class. There's so many classes I had with him. It was ridiculous.
That
is what got us to date.
This person, if you look up the definition of completely imbecile in the dictionary, it's just a picture of this person. And also, if you look up the word useless, it's just a picture of this dude. But anyway, I remember we had to do a project, and I based my project off of her son. So she legit would take pictures of him and send them to me because I had to like crop them and like put him in like a little boat and like.
Rachel is the teacher's favorite of like, if she likes a teacher, she's gonna be your favorite.
I'm a good person.
Are you? Because she would.
And then.
Disagree.
Fuck you. And then I was in her class until IB French. I graduated junior year, for those who don't know. I graduated junior year.
She's all blocky now.
And I remember... Oh, shit. You know what? Just listen to me for a little bit.
Yeah, she graduated a year
I lost my train of thought.
Before we were
Oh, yeah. So since I was coming in Costa Rica, I was like, I'm already fluent in Spanish, but I was like, I need to perfect my Spanish. So I decided to switch from IB French to IB Spanish. And I remember the last person to find out about that was my French teacher. She was so hurt. She was so upset. And my guidance counselor was like, no, we're not going to let you switch. What do you mean? Yeah. You have a 99.7 average in French. And I'm like, yeah, it's not 100.
Last podcast too. In case anyone remembers.
I'm like, it's not 100. I could get 100 in Spanish. And then Miss Schaefer would be like, but the 0.3 is because you missed classes. It's not even because of your grades. It's because of your attendance. And I was like, I don't care. But yeah, Miss Schaefer was probably my favorite teacher.
Yeah.
I loved her with a passion. She didn't love me as much as I loved her, but that's okay. It's like my friendship with Barbara, you know?
Yeah, like you see, I am more like shy and quiet. So in class, I speed walk to each class and I get there early, I sit, I just do my work, I do all the homework, I do all the work in class, and I just zip my mouth and I just sit there quietly. You know, like that's why like I wasn't noticed, really. I was just there, and I just wanted to get out. I just didn't care about school too much. Like, I did all my work. It's not like I had bad grades. I just didn't enjoy it.
Whereas you didn't have good grades.
Okay, so the classes that were hard for me that I didn't understand, I had bad grades. But when I understood something, it's not like I didn't do the work. A lot of people could have had good grades if they just did the work.
Yeah.
Like, I at least tried. So you can't really say that I didn't apply myself in some of these classes. Like, geometry,
But Barbara definitely could have done better. Well, geometry, that was a bad year for all of us, Basha. Yeah. That was a bad year.
I mean, even had tutoring because I missed 2 weeks of school. Earth science, perfect, because I understood it. Geometry, it was the same year. I just had no idea. what even, like...
No,
what.
it's okay. Geometry was one of the classes that brought down my whole
Sylvester
GPA.
apparently did perfect in that class and perfect on the Regents, and he loves geometry, and I think it's ridiculous. Okay,
I got
Who
a
loves
93
geometry?
on the Regents. I got a
Psychos.
93 on the Regents.
Psychos.
That is not good. That is not good for me. People who know me know that 93 not
See,
acceptable.
I'm okay with passing grades. 65, I'm fine. This
Oh
girl,
no, I don't know if Barbara remembers. I think it was my first test in IB
you
bio.
cried.
Guys,
She cried.
I got a 64 on that fucking test. I full on went to Mr. Barron and I basically cried at his feet. I was like, I need you. I need you to help me retake this fucking test. He let me retake it, got a 97.
Yeah. But yeah, as you can see, two different people still through like schooling and stuff in the same town and everything. Like, it's just, yeah.
We're two sides of the same coin.
The same coin. Or you top or bottom. We're just
I'm a bottom, but we're not gonna discuss this.
yeah, so that's a little bit about schooling. Our parents though, like, we were both raised a little different, I think. I think your mom
Very different.
your mom
What do you mean a little different?
she held you up, I think, to like she held you up high, so like she wanted and needed you to get like the high grades, I think.
My mom was born and raised here in Costa Rica, and she likes to throw in my face. I'm gonna fucking camera, because you know what? This is fucking bullshit. She likes to throw in my face that she got like hundreds and 95s going through hunger and starving and sleeping on a floor with no mattress.
Yeah.
And you know, she likes to push that on me. So throughout high school, throughout middle school, throughout elementary school, I was not allowed to have bad grades because she would beat me. So I was forced to get good grades. But my mother never ever, and I can bring her on the stream right now. Let me just make a quick trip to New York and get her. She can never say that she ever had to tell me, go do your homework once in my entire life.
Yeah, because you did it yourself.
There's this one thing that I taught Barbara how to do in school.
Yesterday.
Yeah, we told Steph. We're gonna say it on the stream because it has to do with school. That Barbara, I remember, 6th grade it was so much anxiety for me, because I would watch Barbara come home from school, leave her backpack, and then go to her room and play, and I'd be like, "What are you doing?
Nerd alert."
I'd be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Barbara, aren't we gonna do homework?" She's like, "It's Friday. I'll do it Sunday." And I'm like, and I remember I would stay over her house during the weekends, and I would be so racked with anxiety. Sunday would come, and my mom would pick me up, and I'd go to my room and boom, do my homework. Because the one thing that I taught Barbara, it was middle of 6th grade. That's how long it took me, because she wouldn't listen to me. That, Barbara, let's think. Isn't it a good idea to do your homework right as you get home, so then you have the rest of the weekend to just chill? Isn't that a good idea? And she'd be like, you know what? That is genius. Rachel, you are a genius.
Yeah, I started
I'm like, I know.
doing my homework as soon as I think I got anxiety or something after those years where I was like, now I need to do it. I like didn't have it before.
There was not a day where I got home and didn't sit directly at my table and start doing homework. I remember
we would do it together too. Like it's separate.
It was
homework.
Yeah, we would do it together, and we would not move from the table until our homework was done.
But, like, we still, like, talked and, like, just did random things, too, while, like, you know.
Barbara would come to my house, and we would do our homework. Took us, what, an hour? Because we'd help each other out. I'm not good at English. I'd be like, Barbara, here.
You're good.
And then she'd be like, Rachel, math, here. And I'm like, sure. So we'd, like, it's not that we do each other's homework, but we would do each other's homework. So we would finish in, like, an hour, and then, boom, let's go to Capoletti's for some pizza.
She would live...
Which was right next to my house.
Yeah, it was a little walk to the pizza shop, got pizza, walked back home. Because we'd be home alone, like, 24/7. Because your mom worked. And, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew where the key was. I just unlocked the door, let myself in.
Barbara broke into my house once. And I wasn't even there.
I didn't break... Why do you say it like that?
She broke into my house.
Oh, no.
I remember I had gotten out of surgery. It was a life or death situation, guys. I almost died. No cap.
Yeah.
But no cap, I almost died. And I remember on my way home, all I wanted to do was just see Barbara. And I was like, "Hey, can you come over? My surgery's out. I'll be home in like an hour."
Pissed at me.
And she was like, she legit texted me. She's like, "Nah, I'm not feeling it." You know that people who watch SpongeBob, you know that episode where I don't remember what exactly the context was, but SpongeBob goes, "Nah, I'm not really feeling it." Like he's asked to do something.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I imagined Barbara, and I was like, "What do you mean you're not feeling it?" And I got so pissed. I was like, "What kind of friend isn't gonna come see their best friend after they just had surgery?" They almost died on the table.
I let myself in the house. I'm sitting on a yoga ball, bouncing, staring out the window. That I fell off the ball, and I like watch you walk from the car upstairs.
No, and this bitch has the audacity to hide before I come into the house. My mom knew that she was there.
Oh, and she can't laugh. The audacity. After the surgery, you're not allowed to laugh or anything like that.
It was so annoying. You're not allowed to laugh. You're not allowed to eat greasy foods. It was horrible.
Hurts.
And I remember my mom laid me down on the bed, and then I just see this bitch walk into my room, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And she said something, and oh my god, guys, the pain.
I made her laugh.
Of laughing. This bitch. My mom even told her, she was like, "You guys can't like mess around too much. You know, you can't laugh too much because you know Rachel's very sore and all that stuff." The bitch makes me laugh 2 minutes after seeing her. Guys, I was like dying. I remember I was like, "Barbara, I need you to press down here. I can't.
We laugh over things that are so stupid.
Barbara and I could see a tree fall, or like just the leaf, and we'd be like, "That leaf fell stupid."
Like, we keep laughing over and over about the stupid thing. Keep repeating it too. I can't get the cap open.
I started crying.
She was laughing out of anger. Nah, she was laughing because it was funny, man. Yeah, but I like to torture her. It's very fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, my parents didn't really like push me too much. Like, they both didn't graduate high school. They both just wanted me to go to college. So this is the only reason why I really went. I'm in general studies. I wanted to do screenwriting and film and stuff like that, but it's a lot of money, and I didn't want to leave where I live. So I'm in community college. I'm still going. So I'm just getting credits, because like usually the first year is like the same. It's about my third year now. I'm proud that I actually went. And it was, I got financial aid, so I'm basically going for free. So if I got the money like that and it's given to me, why not take the opportunity? But yeah, I do still want to get into screenwriting and writing, but I can do that online and I can do it anytime. What about you?
I talked a little bit about this last podcast. Um, I graduated junior year of high school because I had all my credits. I just needed English and social studies. Took that online during the summer. Barbara had no clue. She only knew like a week before I was leaving. Um, Came to Costa Rica to study medicine, but you know, in the States, you're kind of handed everything. So you get a formula sheet, you don't have to memorize the periodic table. You know, it's not easy, but it's easier. And I came to Costa Rica. I did perfect first 2 semesters, flying through because it's just anatomy, bio, you know, um, bioscience, and it's all that stuff. And then I got to chemistry and physics. I had never taken physics. I was able to kind of like skip physics in high school. And I remember I got to those 2 classes and the language barrier hit me a lot, so I had to drop out. And I've just kind of been wasting my time.
But what are your goals?
My lifelong goal, which I don't think I'm going to get there, and that's okay. Obviously, I'd love to be a doctor. My dream has always been to be a cardiothoracic surgeon.
John Hopkins.
I would love. Don't even. Guys, Johns Hopkins is one of the top med schools.
I drove past it. It's in a really shady area, but
it's one of the top med schools in the United States. I had applied.
It's shady.
I had applied
the area
just because I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna apply. Why not? Why not? I don't think Barbara knows this.
You really?
I'm gonna cry. I got accepted, and I was already in Costa Rica.
Wait, I think I do know that.
I remember my mom sending me a picture of the acceptance letter, and I was like, burn it.
Depressing.
I was like, burn it! I don't want to know about it! And it's like, in the States, it's very hard to become a doctor, because you have to do the 4 years of prerequisites, then you gotta take the MCAT in order to get into med school. You gotta do 4 years of med school. You gotta do 5 years of residency, 2 years of a fellowship, and then you're a doctor. Well, a surgeon.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So, I was very depressed when I got that letter.
Why do I hear my echo? Not all the time. I hear it sometimes. What else? Yeah. Basically, wait, you know what? Mute yourself while I talk. I'm just gonna, like, our parents, basically, I'm just gonna say who, like, mine really were. Like, my dad was a handyman, and my mom was a house cleaner still. She's kind of more of a assistant house cleaner, maid, everything, dog watcher now for this one place. But yeah, I was spoiled, which I already said, and like my dad, it was like, who's your favorite, your mom or your dad? And I used to say both, and it's like, it's true because like they both gave me things and they both cared. So I was like, I had two parents that cared about me, not necessarily about each other. And so my dad would drive me to school, pick me up from school. He would like legit drive me to Rachel's house, pick me up from Rachel's house, buy me things like food wise. My mom would mainly buy me more of the things I wanted. My dad bought me things I needed. So schooling and stuff, I would sit upstairs with him doing homework. Sometimes if I didn't do my own homework,
Rachel is the sexiest.
My dad would do my homework for me if I like didn't know back in elementary school. So he did like a lot. He would always buy me like stuff for school. So he was like the stuff like I needed, and like every weekend I would go shopping at the mall, and like I don't know, I didn't have money, but I still went, and it's like we knew he had heart problems and stuff. He had high cholesterol, and I do too. I got it from him genetically. Cause like look at me right now. Do you think I would really have high cholesterol? I mean, maybe from the stuff I eat, but it wouldn't be as high. Yes. You're muted.
Barbara and I would literally have Chinese for breakfast and pizza for lunch and dinner. So how would she not have high cholesterol? She never worked out. She never had a salad. Yeah. I at least worked out.
But
I'm just putting that out there.
It is as high as you would a 50-year-old man's cholesterol that eats cheeseburger every single day is the kind of number I have. Like that's what I'm comparing myself to. It's like extremely bad. And so we like before he died, which was I was 15 turning 16, he had his birthday in March and died 4 days later. And so I already like he would fight with my mom a lot, and it would not help his heart at all. Like the stress was crazy. And so he's passed out like twice, I think, before, and I found him, and we would be like, let's go to like the hospital, let's go to a doctor, let's call 911, and he would always say no. He'd be like, no, I'm fine, like it's all chill. And then like I was always worried about him, so I was always a little bit on his side. Like if they fought, I would go to him and make sure he's like okay, and I'd give him a rag, and like because he's my dad, like I didn't want him like to do anything. Rachel's Discord got stuck. Oh no. Where'd she go? I guess we'll look at my whole face while we wait for her to come back. So he legit like he did everything for me in a way, and trying to remember. I was in my room FaceTiming with Rachel. I was in my room FaceTiming with Rachel, and he came in and he said, "Oh, are you talking to your boyfriend?" And I said some like obnoxious like teenage thing, and I was like I kind of yelled at him, but not like an annoying like yell, like said something rude. And like he knew I would like say things like that. I was a bit rude to my parents, it's true. And he walked upstairs, and he brought my mom a letter, and she was in the bathroom. And then suddenly, like, she called me. Hi. And she's like, Barbara, come in here. And he fell. And I was like, Rachel, shit, I'll like be right back. Rachel was on the whole phone call with me while this happened. And then she's like, call 911. And then I ran into the room to grab the phone. I'm like, Rachel, I'll be right back. And my dad just like passed out. And then I handed the call. And I hit the phone. It's stupid. My mom could have just called 911 by herself so I could focus on him. Because I called 911 to, like, do CPR. I started doing CPR on him because I just had health class. So they just taught me how to really do CPR. But I was not that good. Like, you had more experience in it. So I did everything I could. But at the point of that, he already passed out.
I'm certified.
Yeah,
I'm certified in CPR.
She's certified. I'm not. But the fact that he, like, already had, like, passed out, already was, like, a little too far gone. He could have had a bypass surgery. He could have lived longer. So it was still too late, even though I tried. So I did try, and I was on the phone. And then I stayed on the phone. My mom was freaking out. I'm okay. Bad situations like that, I stay grounded. I stay normal. I calm people down. I'll do what I need to do. And then after, I'll freak out. But I was like, Mom, just chill over there. Sal was barking like crazy. And then the ambulance came. They did what they could. He died in the ambulance to the hospital. This was 8:30 at night. And then we didn't drive. I still didn't drive back then. And then No, CPR certificate is not needed for a driver's license, no. We're pretty lenient in the US. It's kind of weird and bad at the same time. But so we, at that point, while my mom and I were waiting for somebody to come and pick us up to go to the hospital, I packed a whole bag, put everything, chargers, waters. I threw up in the sink from all the stress I was going through. Told my mom, relax, I'm packing everything just in case we need to stay tonight, everything. And she was freaking out. I'm like, it's okay, it's gonna be okay. We get the ride, we go there, and then they take us to a room. They're like, yeah, he suffered a massive heart attack. And my mom starts hysterical crying. I'm like, I didn't cry at all. Not that I'm rude, it was a lot. And then we walk into his body, and she's like, kiss him, like, goodbye. I'm like, no, I am not going to do that. It's all right. I didn't do it. Then I text Rachel. I'm like, yo, my dad just passed away. And she's like, what are you talking about? That did not happen. I'm like, yeah, it just did. And the fact that I had a boyfriend at the time, he didn't give a shit. He was like the rudest thing ever. And she's crying. You can't cry. If you cry, I'm gonna cry. You can't do that. And then I call her mom, her aunt, and her grandma came. Rachel like comes and sees me. I'm still fine. I still haven't cried. I am normal until you say, why are you crying? Are you okay? Or you fucking hug me. So she fucking hugs me, and I start bawling my eyes out. I was fine until she started hugging me. And then, so we hugged. She went back home. I got home. For some reason, the first thing, like, my mom fell asleep. I stayed up till 4 a.m., and I normally don't do that. And, like, I cried a bit. I watched TV. The first thing, really, that went, like, through my head was, like, shit, like, the dogs, like, don't know what just happened. You can't even explain anything like this to them. Like, I don't know, like, I feel so bad for the dogs. I don't know why I, like, did that. I cried. Yeah, I was pretty okay, but not. The only part that hit me was when we drove to we had 2 wakes, one here and one in Poland. He's buried in Poland, so it's not like I can even visit him, because that's where he wanted to be buried. So the first wake, what hit me, I started bawling my eyes out, was his name on the door. That's what hit me, his name. When we walked in there, he was, like, obviously laying there. I had no hesitation. I touched him. I was like, whoa, these hands are so cold and hard. I was fascinated by the body, because what in my head, I was like, okay, this is his body. My dad died, but if he didn't have this body, like, his soul is lifted from this body. This is not him, because his soul could have been in any single other body, and I still would have loved him regardless. So this body is just what he was in. So I'm not really affected by it. So I was more fascinated by the body. The stomach, when you touch it, is the softest thing. He had a little beer gut for not drinking beer. It was just like the, I guess, fat tissues, whatever it was. He had like a big belly. So the fact that he got so thin was crazy to me, because I was not used to that. So it was the softest thing. His hands were cold and hard. And it was weird. But when we sat there and, like, we're praying for him, whatever we did at the wake, I started crying a little bit. Then we flew to Poland. I had to take 2 weeks off school. We flew to Poland, had the second wake in front of his whole entire family. I was used to it already. It was like a week or a few days that he was already like, I've seen this, I've been through it, I'm okay. So like seeing all his family freak out, and I'm sitting there kind of emotionless, because I was like already like accepted it. It was kind of like weird. I'm like kind of like sad for them, but like pretty okay now. I was like, this is just so weird. Like like seeing people upset. And then we had the funeral, and I was still not crying. Like, I will not cry at these things unless I tell myself something or I am alone and I'm overthinking. But yeah, it was definitely a weird experience. Took obviously a lot to get over it. I don't talk about him as much to other people because I don't want to think about it. But the first thing I looked up was, you might like write on a piece of paper every little detail you remember about this person that just died. Every single thing like you could possibly think of, write it down, what he did, what you guys did. And that's what I did like that first week, because every time I look at it now, I'm like, oh my god, I remember this, where I wouldn't be like thinking of it now. So it's like I go through it alone sometimes, randomly. Not like, I don't really speak about it as much. Even though I do care, it's hard to like, discuss it, get back into it after like being okay for a while. But yeah, my mother was the one more distraught really, because she didn't drive for those years. My dad drove both of us around, so now she had to learn to drive. I had to learn to drive. She had to learn to be alone. And it's just, yeah, but now she kind of hates him. I've learned so much about what awful things happened, but they didn't affect me because they never involved me. So I still hold him here while she like holds him here, because it doesn't affect like who he was to me, how he was to other people, But yeah, that's my parents, just in case, because I know we talked about my dad before. I just wanted to go through the story. I actually wrote my college essay about that day, about him dying, which got me into a few colleges. And I'm actually so upset that the school email got deleted because I can't find that essay. And I really want to like keep it because I was like fresh, kind of more fresh. Yeah. Anything to add?
Sorry about that, guys.
While you were crying. See, like I can do this without crying.
Barbara's a very emotional person, but
not.
She likes to keep things to herself. I am super emotional. I will cry if I'm sad. I will cry if I'm happy. I will cry if I'm mad. And it's like, I'm gonna cry again. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, if somebody cries, I cry. But like, yeah.
Barbara's dad was an interesting man.
Yeah.
He hated me, yet he loved me. He saw me as one of his daughters. He even told me that. And that was like a turning point.
Yeah.
I remember when Barbara and I started becoming friends. Barbara used to have like these packs of juices, Gatorades. Like she would buy, like her dad would buy in bulk.
Yeah.
And I remember he came up to me. We were having dinner, and he was like, "Rachel, what do you like? What do you like to drink?"
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Dr. Pepper.
Like, I don't know.
Weirdo.
And I was drinking a Dr. Pepper at that time. He's like, "You like?" And I was like, "I do." The man gets up, grabs his keys, leaves the house, comes back with 2 packs of Dr. Pepper.
He would buy Dr. Pepper, a full bottle like this big, every single time for Rachel, only for Rachel, because he thought that she liked this only.
It's not that I didn't like it. I liked it, but like to drink it every time I went to her house.
It's such a problem. If I told him or my mom I like something, that's what I get every single time from the grocery store. I told him I like Dunkin' Donuts, iced coffee and donuts. Every single day, this dude would bring it to me. Every single day. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get fat. Like, please stop. The fact that, like, because it became so often, that's why I started working at Dunkin' Donuts. Because he became friends with that dude that worked there. And then he knew he died. And then I told him that, like, he died. And I got a job there. And then started working there because of that. Yeah, I did a lot of things dedicated to my dad because he passed away. Like, my first tattoo was going to be his name. And then, like, I didn't do that. Yeah. I based
Yeah,
a lot of things for
He
him.
was amazing. Didn't grow up with a father figure, so having that, and then, you know, we were just video chatting. Fuck! Jesus Christ! I can't do this.
Your dad sounds really dope. Thanks. Yeah, both my parents were born in Poland, and then they met here in America. I'm pretty sure they were like married. They got married when I was like 1. Yeah. I'm the only child too.
Yeah. And then, you know, we were just video chatting. We were talking about homework. It was our normal. Barbara and I video chatted every day.
Yeah.
We either went to each other's houses or we video chat. No if, and, or. And I remember I heard a thud. And I hear Barbara's mom screaming. And then Barbara's like, hold on, I'll be right back. And then I hear Barbara, Ma, calm down. Ma, calm down. And then Barbara's like, I gotta go. My dad just collapsed in the bathroom. And I was like, the fuck? And she hangs up on me. And I'm like, how are you gonna leave me like this? Like, I remember getting mad. And I was like, if anything's wrong, Barbara knows how much I love medicine, how much I can help. Leave me on the phone. I can help. Or call me to come. But anyway.
Yeah. I got pissed off because after they took him away, the ambulance people were outside laughing, talking, chatting, having a good time. I got so upset. I was like, are you serious? My dad just passed out here. He could be dead, and he did. And you're gonna tell me that, like, you're gonna be laughing?
Yeah, and then I remember staring at my phone for a good, like, half an hour. Just staring. Like, I wouldn't let it lock. I wouldn't let it do anything. And I remember Barbara's like, I'm on my way to the hospital. I'm like, is he okay? And then doesn't answer me. And then she just texts me like, he's dead. No, she said he's gone. And I was like, what do you mean he's gone? And I was like, and then she said he passed away. And I'm like, what do you mean? I couldn't register.
I was like,
I couldn't fucking. It's like, guys, you're on the phone with this person half an hour before. I saw him. Every time he came in and we were video chatting, he would be like, oh, hi, Rachel. And he would always say hi to me. And then he just.
You want to know something crazy?
Like, what the hell?
My dad would work at this house, right, with my mom, and there would be, like, other people there, too, like, workers. He would normally, like, just say bye and leave. That day, he, like, hugged them all and were like, bye, bye. Like, he, like, greeted them, like, differently that day, as if he knew. And my mom has dreams before people die. It's really weird. She had a dream before her mom died of her dying, and it came true. And then she had another dream of a coffin in an empty room with my dad's dad talking about, like, something like, I'm gonna come and get him or whatever. Meanwhile, he's, like, dead. His dad, my grandpa, I don't associate with them, is dead. And then he dies. Like, she has these dreams before people die, and it's creepy. And she's like, I hate it. Like, I don't like this. And, like, she told him, and he was like, yeah, you're crazy. Like, he, like, never went to the hospital, too. So it was, like, it could have been prevented, but not for too long, you know? But it taught me a lot because I went from spoiled to, like, a little bit more, like, kind of...
independent.
Yeah. Like, I was independent, but, like, I was crazy. Like, independent by, like, I like being alone sometimes. I, like, wanted to spend time with my parents.
Being independent is that you can do things on your own. When your dad was alive, you did not do anything for yourself.
I mean,
your dad did everything for you.
Well, yeah. I also couldn't drive, and, like, when he died was before I turned 16, where you could legally get a permit to drive and, like, you know, do these things. Yeah.
It was a tough time. I remember I got that message, and then I was like, Mom. My mom was sitting right next to me, and I was like, Mom.
Yeah.
He died. And my mom was like, who? I'm like, Barbara's dad. He just died. And my mom was like, no. And I was like, Rachel, you don't joke about this. I'm like, Mom, why would I joke about this? I remember I was like, Mom, we need to go to Southampton Hospital right now. She's like, I'm not gonna drive. I'm like, Mom, if you don't take me to Southampton Hospital right now, I'm gonna take Bluefina. That's the name of my mom's car. I'm gonna take Bluefina. I'm gonna go there myself. And my grandma was like, Rachel, you're so dramatic. What do you mean? I'm like, Mom. I call my grandma Mom. I'm like, Mom, my best friend's fucking dad just died. How the fuck do you expect me to stay calm right now? My grandma hates when people cry, and yet she can cry, and no one can say shit. But anyway, I start crying because I'm so frustrated that no one wants to take me to the fucking hospital. And my grandma was like, I don't want to go. I'm too tired. And I'm like, you don't have to fucking go. I was like, Mom, I need you to take me. If I could go by myself, you know I would. And then my mom was like, okay, let's go. And then my grandma was like, fine, if everyone's going. Because my grandma still didn't believe that what I was saying was true.
Why would you randomly go to the Southampton hospital if, like, it wasn't true?
And then we get there. I tell Barbara I'm here. She walks out, and I can't. I'm so emotional, guys.
Yeah.
I hug her. I didn't cry until then. I hug her. She starts fucking bawling. Guys, I can count on my hands the amount of times I've seen Barbara cry. Barbara would need like 50 hands to do that for me because I cry every day. But for me to actually see Barbara cry and like in front of me, well, like six times, 5 times, maybe less. And you know, Barbara is not only my best friend. Barbara is my family. Barbara is my sister. So seeing her cry, and she's legit bawling. Like it wasn't like a cry. She legit. She let everything out.
You hugged
Everything
me.
that
What
she
did
was.
you expect? I was fine.
Everything that was building up in the past hour, she just let it out, and I was like, I died. Like part of me died in that moment because I never thought I would have to see Barbara go through this, because I went through such a hard life, and then Barbara now has to like woman up.
Yeah.
Barbara can't rely on daddy to do everything. Because Barbara 6th, 7th, 8th, part of 9th grade was daddy this, daddy that, daddy. And now it's like, no. Get shit together, let's go. So it's like I never wanted her to go through that. I hated how spoiled she was, but I fell in love with my best friend that way.
For me being spoiled.
That's the person that I learned to love. So
Yes.
it was like it was hard for me to see that change in you.
Yeah. He also never wanted me to get a nose piercing. And guess what I did that week of the wake in Poland? I got a nose piercing in Poland. So he never wanted me to get tattoos, and whoops. I was like, yeah, he's turning in his grave because of this right now. It was bad. But
yeah.
that's sad. That's a sad part.
That's a sad story for you guys. That's yeah.
Our last topic really is like what we do in a day. Like from the minute we wake up to the minute we fall asleep.
I'll go first because mine's a little shorter because I don't do much.
You think mine's longer?
I wake up at 6:55 a.m. I open my laptop. I log into my work laptop. I punch in. I go back to sleep until 8:30, and then I actually start working at 8:30. I have like set times where I cry because I have so much shit going on, guys, that I need to like let it out. So I cry at 10, and then I have breakfast. sometimes
You
on
just
like rare
stop
occasions.
getting up. I'm sorry for my chub.
If Barbara wants to play, I leave my work laptop aside and then I play with Barbara. And then I get out at 4. And I have my afternoon crying session at like 5.
Oh my I just had sleepy Sylvester wake up from a nap, walk up in here and be like, I'm hungry.
I cook dinner sometimes at like 7. My ex-boyfriend roommate comes home at 8. I have to feed him.
I have to feed it.
And then I just lay in bed. I have my night cry. It depends. If I feel sleepy at like 12, then I'll have my night cry at like 11:30. But if I'm like up late, then I just cry myself to sleep.
That's so sad. I remember I've done those before, crying to sleep.
You have to have set times to cry.
Yeah, usually like I used to actually sleep with my mom for years. So like yeah, like
how about you go pee and I'll describe that.
I don't know
Because I have a lot to say about that.
Wait, my parents were together, but they slept. My dad slept upstairs. My mother slept downstairs, and I have to pee. So you can continue.
Okay, so I remember I loved having sleepovers, and I remember one time I asked Barbara to sleep over at my house, and she was like, nah, and then she pulled an excuse right out of her butt. I was like, And then when she was finally comfortable with me, she was like, I actually sleep with my mom, and I'm afraid not to sleep with her. Okay. Oh, so Barbara leaves, and now Broken has an emergency. Kinda coincidental, huh? But okay. Be careful. And I remember this one time I forced Barbara. I was like, Barbara, if you don't come sleep over my house, I won't be your friend anymore. And I forced her to sleep over my house and she could not sleep. I had to have TV on for her. One of our ex-friend slept right next to her because I don't know, I didn't like sleeping with people at that time. And she was just tossing and turning, and her dad, this champ, had to come pick her up at like 3 in the morning.
Remember Carmen's sleepover birthday party?
She was so annoying, and we even told her, we were like, Barbara, we know you can't sleep over. If you don't want to, then don't. And she was like, no, it's Carmen's party. I'm gonna sleep over.
Well,
and
we also played Bean Boozled, and it had like this gross egg thing that just made me feel so sick. So I also felt really gross. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just go home, Dad. Because like both of my parents knew, they're like, nah, she ain't gonna do it. She ain't gonna pull through. The only time I pulled through, I think, was 4 a.m. We woke up to drive you to Costa Rica. No, the airport. Before you left forever.
Yeah, that was. I forced Barbara. I was like, Barbara, if you don't come,
we slept over
to the airport with me
in the living room, in the fort.
Yeah, I said that already.
Oh, okay.
I was like, Barbara, if you don't come, leave me at the airport. We're not gonna be friends anymore. Easy as that.
And then, yeah, I got over it.
You got over it because you got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because you slept with your mom up until the day that Sylvester came into your life.
Yeah. It's really sad, but like, dude, when I like had to tell my boyfriends this like story, it like felt so embarrassing.
'Cause it is.
I'm sorry. My mom, like, she never gave me a room. I never really had my crib. Like, she would always put me next to her. So it was kind of like a thing she just did, and then I never got over it.
It's the thing that we circle back to the same thing. Barbara was very spoiled because her parents had the
I was the only child that I was like precious. Like before that they told
her
my mom.
parents wanted her. Let's just leave it at that.
Well,
she wasn't an accident.
They told my mom she couldn't actually have any kids. And then she ended up actually getting pregnant, and it was like, oh my god, at 36. And she's like,
see, I would sleep with my mom too when I was a baby because my mom didn't have money for like a crib or anything. And, you know, I slept with my mom on a sofa, in a car. I finally had my own room when we moved into the apartment that you know.
Yeah.
That was the first time I had my own room. Because even when my mom moved in with her boyfriend, Tom, at the time, I didn't have my own room. I had to share with one of his sons, and it was so awkward. What kind of person makes a girl share a room with a boy?
Yeah. How did we circle back to parents? I don't remember.
Talking about how you can't sleep over, I think. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
That was so weird. What did I do? Damn, my head's like crazy. I don't know how we got there, but I guess what I do from the minute I wake up is depending on if Sylvester goes to work, I will wake up early, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and I'll stay up. If he doesn't,
she sends me a text message at like 5 in the morning.
They're asking like, hey, what are you doing?
Sleeping, bitch.
If he doesn't, we wake up so late, like 12, lunchtime, 1. But let's say he does go to work. I wake up, I usually eat something. It'll be cereal, maybe an egg, literally 1. Maybe toast. And then I'll have usually a tea. I'll put on Loser Fruit on my laptop, and then I'll spend like the whole morning watching her so I can get motivated to get up and stream. But I will put my concealer on, wash my face, brush my teeth, take my vitamin D, take my ginger and turmeric. Then I will get out of PJs as soon as I can because I used to spend all day in PJs. Now I hate wearing them. I'll put something comfy on, but I'll just get out of my PJs so I can get motivated to like be fresh and nice. And yeah, brush my hair. I'll lay there till about 8 or 9. Then I'll probably get hungry again, have like a snack. I've been having smoothies a lot lately. Strawberries, blueberries, coconut water, whey protein, collagen, all that in my smoothie. If I don't have the smoothie, I'll put drops of collagen in my tea. Usually I'm doing green tea. I'm trying to boost my metabolism a little bit. Then I'll go and stream for a few hours, depending. If it's early, then I'll get off earlier. If it's later, I'll obviously stay on pretty late. Then I'll have like lunch. Also, early in the morning, I also have to, feed the cats, feed the ferrets, feed Ash, feed Sal, and Max Louie. Gotta make sure they're all taken care of. Clean up the mess the cats did the night before, fix their boxes, fix my shoes because they're always everywhere. I pick up Ash's stupid poop and just clean up all their stupid things. Then towards the night, sometimes I'll do my mile walk with Sal. I've been trying to be a lot healthier and work out a little bit more. Then towards the night, like Sylvester will get home, he'll play that you guys already know. And then after I get off, we'll probably have dinner. Then I will take my apple cider vinegar pills. Depending, I don't really know. Dinner always changes. And then we'll put on Cray for the rest of the night and watch him stream or watch like a movie. And then I'll do my like little workouts, which is just like squats and sit-ups and stuff like that. I do that every night, mainly. And yeah, brush my teeth, put on PJs. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah. I mean, it's not that long. I don't do too much. That's just like a normal day for me. Yeah. And obviously play with Rachel, FaceTime Rachel, whatever. I like to FaceTime her early in the mornings, but this bitch is sleeping.
Well, now it's gonna be a little bit easier because of the 1 hour time difference.
Yeah.
Barbara and I, we used to be 2 hours, so her 7 a.m. is my 5 a.m. Why the fuck am I gonna be up at 5 a.m.?
Because I'm
I have no reason to be up at 5 a.m. Yes, Barbara, but if I lived alone, I would gladly wake up and FaceTime you. I wouldn't care. But I don't live alone, but
Oh yeah, I forget about him.
I do too. So yeah. Barbara's day is more eventful. She has more things to do since she actually has a person who loves her in her life.
Yes, if he's home, we'll probably get breakfast together, then stream. About do the same things.
No cap, all I do is talk to Barbara and Broken all day. That's it. That's all I do. Legit, Broken will ask me, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, watching Friends.
Yeah, same.
He'll ask me 3 hours. He'll ask me 3 hours later, what are you doing? Watching Friends.
Yeah, Rachel really, like, I don't know how she sits there and watches the same thing over and over. I kind of get, like...
It's an anxiety thing.
But I'm on my phone. I will do different things on my phone. I won't sit and watch TV. I get bored just sitting
Oh,
there.
no. I have it, like, in the background.
Yeah.
See, a thing with people, I have a thing with people with anxiety is that new shows make me very anxious. So I remember when Barbara was like, you need to watch You. And I'm like, okay, what happens? She's like, find out. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Tell me what happens.
Yeah, in the morning, I gotta go through all my notifications. I do not like having numbers on my phone. I just need to get...
See, Barbara has friends. I can get up.
I
could throw my phone into a lake.
Friends. It's just you either send me something, your Snapchats, all my emails. I have to delete emails every single morning. Look through what Discord, what Sylvester sent me on TikTok the night before, and then stupid Facebook, whatever they do. And then my you have no storage, or like update your cloud storage notification.
Oh yeah, it's so annoying.
And then the YouTube ones, Yeah, this stream has, it's 2 hours almost. This is a long one for Broken to save and upload. Jesus. But episode 3, next Sunday.
What is episode 3 about?
It was I think it was our fights and funny moments.
I have so many.
I have to dig through this and figure that out. But apparently Rachel has a lot of fights on her
all
head.
right here.
Yeah, well, that
fights.
We might get into another
just
one.
A couple. Barbara and I always fight.
We might get into another fight just talking about this. Probably.
To be honest, yes.
Yeah, but you might see that happen. I don't know any funny moments, but we will probably discuss.
It's because the thing is, our whole friendship is a funny moment.
Yes.
Like the time my mom offered you candy.
Hey, leave it for the stream.
I said candy, I didn't say what.
That's so sus. But yeah, to wrap it up, thanks for watching for a long time. 2 hours almost. Jesus, poor Broken has to save this and upload it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to some sad times, happy times. Stay tuned for next Sunday. 20's in the 20's podcast, the best podcast.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah,
we're gonna start after next week's. We're gonna start talking about current events.
Yeah.
In with our podcast as well as the topics that we have.
Corona.
To have everyone's opinion on Corona, Syria. No, just kidding.
Oh yeah, and then the elections Tuesday for the U.S. Obviously, we all know.
I didn't register to vote. Because I'm in a different country.
Yeah, I'd rather just end it just letting y'all know. I just didn't want to get into that, or else we're gonna be here a long time. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube after this video goes up. You gotta do that. Like and subscribe. You have to. And be careful with DMCA. We could probably go on and talk about that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.